Don't mind my naked bed. It's What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. I kind of want to just get into this video like really quick because I'm getting ready. Today's video is a little get ready with me slash talk video, if you can tell by the title. Duh. I'm gonna give a little story time, a little advice video on how I got over my ex and past relationship, my relationship with my ex. You might want to fasten your seatbelts for this one because it's a little bit of a bumpy ride. I was also very hesitant on doing a little get ready with me because my skin hasn't been doing me really well lately. Well, it's gotten better. It's just a lot of the marks are like scars, but we normalize that here. It's okay. So let's just get into it. Oh wait, actually I wanted to say something first. So I had filmed this video a while back, actually. I'd say maybe a good 3 months ago. And I didn't upload it because I actually got pretty emotional in the video, which is okay because like I came to realization like it's okay to not be over something that you really thought you were over. But I just didn't want to put that out there because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the video. Like, I'm literally talking about how I got over my ex and the relationship, but I'm like crying about it. Like, I realized that I wasn't completely over it. I just wasn't really over the things that he had done. So yeah, but now I'm chilling. We're doing good. We're thriving. We're living our best lives, and that's why we're here now. So the very first thing I realized I saw myself doing after the breakup that made me get over him was get over him and the breakup. Okay, like this is literally everything I'm saying is how I got over both things, not just one in general. But I started hanging out with multiple people, like so many different people. Literally, I think it was like a week after the breakup, I started hanging out with an old friend. Well, he wasn't really an old friend, but I considered him an old friend because I stopped talking to him because I was with my ex. But anyways, I started hanging out with him, and literally the first time I hung out with him, I felt like I was cheating. Like, I felt guilty, and like literally for what? Like, mind you, at the time my ex was already talking to someone else and all that. That's just the kind of person I am. Like, I felt guilty, and literally for what? Like, he was out doing his thing. I should have felt free and be able to do my own thing. I just went ahead and started doing that more, you know. I started hanging out with him more, and then just other people. My best friend Natalie, I started hanging out with her like a whole lot more, and I do know that she was a big help in me getting over him, because at first, I'm not gonna lie, they were more distractions than they were like just things that I was doing. Because as long as I was busy, I wasn't thinking about him, which did help a lot, which made me realize, like, you know, he wasn't my happiness. He isn't all that I have to live for. And like, sadly, that's exactly what I thought. That was my mentality when I was with him. One really big this is gonna be kind of some tea, I'm not gonna lie. One big piece of advice I could give you if you really want to get over your ex and like the relationship, whatever, do not try to be with them again after. Don't try to be like the situationship and all that, because that's exactly what we did. And if you guys didn't know that, now you know. So yes, do not try being like this whole situationship thing and thinking like, oh, if I'm around them more, if I give them more attention, like they're gonna realize like I'm the one for them, that they're gonna want me back. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how it works. So we broke up in August, and then mid-October he came back, or we went back to each other, whatever, and we started hanging out. Like, we literally for October, November, December, January, for 3 months, why did I have to look? For 3 months we were doing like things that we would do when we were together. Like, we would do couple things, but he didn't want it to be known, which was a really big like red flag that is my fault for like ignoring, for like, I'm not even gonna say not seeing, because when all that was happening I was like, no, like he's hiding me, like there's something that I don't know and whatever. Like, I saw that, but it's my fault for just ignoring it, you know what I mean? So yes, I do feel like if we weren't that little situationship, if I had just left him alone, if I had just like genuinely tried being without him, I would have gotten so much better so much sooner. But that's not in this case. So yeah, that whole situationship was just not it. So then after that was kind of when I started doing my own thing. This whole timeline is really weird because it's just been a while and because so much has happened. I do want to mention there are some things that like I'm going to say that like happened and stuff, and I swear, like, I promise it's nothing to like bash on him. It's just the honest truth. Like, it's what happened, it's what he did to me, it's what he put me through. Like, it's my truth, you know what I mean? But again, like, the literal title of this video is talking about how I got over him, not like what happened, you know what I mean? That's like a whole nother type of thing that, no. Like me, I'm the type of person, like, no matter how dirty you do me, like, and especially like knowing how much I care for you, I'm not gonna do you as dirty as you did me. Like, I try very hard not to be that kind of person. I have been that person before, and it just, like, there was no point in it. There was no real reason into doing all of that, I guess, whatever. What also did help me to get over him was literally just unfollow him on everything that I possibly could, or like that I'd really see him, because seeing him on Instagram and stuff, and the fact that he was already with someone else, like, at the time, like, that really hurt me, you know what I mean? So I couldn't see that. So I just simply unfollowed him for the sake of like me. I was literally okay. It was just the fact knowing like, oh, he moved on so fast, like, I literally did nothing to deserve that. Like, it just started making me feel bad about myself, thinking low about me, and I realized, like, you know, I'm not the problem. I wasn't the problem. So I need to get away from that, like, in every way possible that I could. So I did start hanging out. I started doing things that I liked. I got out of my comfort zone. I got into modeling. I started doing makeup more. Started doing things that I normally wouldn't, or things that I imagined myself doing, and kind of just like getting into it more. Again, at first more as distractions than actual like hobbies in a sense, but it didn't take me that long to actually like grow a love for the things that I was doing, and to the point where like they weren't just distractions, they were actually hobbies, you know, they're actually things that I was doing for fun. But yes, a big part in it was for sure doing things out of my comfort zone. I got into modeling. I started going out, like spending money. Like, there was a night where I had thought about it and I was like, no, like, I need to love myself as much as I loved him, because like, no, like, no. For the longest time now, I have not worried about getting into another relationship whatsoever. I've kind of just been, you know, literally doing me. All my money goes to me now. Him and I both know that when it came to money, I didn't like spending it on me. I loved spending it on him, and it wasn't just him. Like, I'm just the type of person, like, I'm not a selfish person. So if I have money, I will literally use it on anyone else but myself. And after coming to realization that, like, hey, you should love yourself the way that you're loving everyone else, that's when I kind of like snapped out of it. I'm not saying like I stopped using all my money on other people, like, that's not the case at all. Majority of my money is like coming to me. It's like to my use, you know, like as it should. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this when they talk about like how they got over their ex or like their past relationship or whatever. But a big reason why I stayed was because it wasn't always like this. It wasn't always bad, you know, like at the beginning. But that's just it. Like, it was the beginning. Like, all the things that he was doing at the beginning, all the nice gestures and all the cute little things, it didn't last long. Like, he didn't continue to do it the whole time. And I'm not going to lie, like, neither did I. Like, I'm not saying I was the most perfect person, but like, I can actually own up to that, you know what I mean? So since the relationship wasn't always like bad. That was a part of the relationship that I was like constantly thinking about, always thinking it was gonna go back to the way it was in the beginning, when in reality, like, that's not how it's gonna, like, that's not how it goes. Basically, I would constantly always think about the good more than the bad, when in reality I had more bad than good, more reasons to leave than to stay. Okay, sorry, I had to do my waterline eyeliner real quick. But okay, so because of that, because I was always like thinking more about the good than the bad, I just kept thinking like, okay, this good thing happened, so I should stay. Kind of, again, leaning more towards the good things than I was the bad things, which was making me want to stay more than I wanted to leave. So what did help with that a lot was the fact that I started thinking more about the bad things. He would do this. Why do I want to be with someone like that? Why do I want to be with someone who wasn't going to respect me enough as I should have been? Who wasn't going to respect me the way that I was respecting him? Why would I want to be with someone who cheated on me? And all of that I actually found out like after the breakup. Actually, not just after the breakup, it was after the fact that I was actually over him and everything that he did. Like, it just made me think more and like gave me another reason, like, I did the right thing moving on, like, when I did. Because if I had found out that he did cheat when we were together, or like maybe right after we broke it up, I have no idea where I'd be right now. So again, it's just like, why are you going to be with someone who isn't going to value you as much as you do? You know what I mean? It took me until now to like realize, like, you need to be with someone who loves you as much as you love you. And the thing is, if you don't love yourself, you just straight up should not be with anyone until you do. So I do feel like the whole finding out that he was cheating part did have a lot to do with the person I am right now. Because one, I am obsessed with the person I am right now. I love who I am. I love myself. It was kind of more of just like an actual like wake up call. Like, everything else was an eye opener. Like, you know how when you wake up, like, you open your eyes but you're not like fully awake? But the whole finding everything out made me wake up, like made me snap out. It made me be like, okay, this isn't who I want to be with. Most definitely now. Because all those nights that I was begging him, all those nights where I was literally giving myself to him, and he had no shame, no care in the world for the way he was making me feel and the things that he was doing behind my back. In all honesty, I'm glad that I found out when I did, because again, if I found out any sooner, God knows where I'd be right now. And I'm just happy that now I can kind of just like laugh about it, because again. And another thing that I can say is I'm actually currently watching Friends. You know, as Rachel's mom once said, once a cheater, always a cheater. As the ex, I can confirm that. So honestly, I think with all of that being said, I feel like that's everything that needed to be said as to how I got over it. I said more things that I planned to, honestly, but the key to really moving on with your ex is to focus on the negativity. Honestly, I know that sounds so weird. Wait, have I been like this zoomed out the whole time? But yes, I know, like, as weird as that sounds, focus on all the bad things that happen in the relationship, because the more that you think about the bad, you're like, why did I allow myself to go through that? Why did I let him treat me like that? I promise it helps, because I have been the type of person to like try to jump into something else with someone else after some kind of relationship, and that never really helps. At least for me, it never helped me. That's why I feel like this time it was more important and helped me a whole lot more to just focus on myself, to not worry about them. No, don't worry about what you guys used to be, any of that, because all it's going to do is it's draining. Want nothing but the best for yourself, because in reality the only person that's going to give that to you is you. Remember that self-love is the best love, and one day you'll meet the person that you need to be. Oh, and another thing, I caught myself defending him a whole lot. Yeah, I guess they talk bad about him, but like they would say like, hey, like, why are you wasting your time? Like, you can tell he's not gonna change. You can tell like he's not good for you, whatever. Do not get him mixed up with the person that, or don't get them, because it goes both ways, both guys and girls. Don't get them mixed up with the person that they made you believe they were. Don't get so caught up on the person that you wanted them to be with the person that they really are, because the person who you really want them to be is somewhere out there, just not that person. And in reality, it all gets better, I promise. I swore that I was never gonna get over it. I swore that I was never gonna be happy again, and look at me now. I'm living my best life. I've gotten into modeling. I have so many things coming up, like just for myself, things that I've planned for myself for the next couple months. I'm gonna start college. I'm gonna meet new people. We're all gonna be chilling. There's more to life than boys and unnecessary relationships. So that is it. I really hope you guys did like this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do hope this video was somewhat helpful, and I will see you guys next time.